All right, let's move on now to one story that's got a lot of people talking. Now, Kenyan police have launched a manhunt after the body of a female athlete was found with stab wounds in the town of Iten, famous for its center for long distance runners. Police say they are looking for the Ethiopian boyfriend of Damaris Muthi Mutua, who's 28 years, who's born in Kenya but competed for Bahrain. She is the second female athlete to be killed in Iten in a year. Last year, Kenyans were shocked by the killing of her husband remains in definitely by the killing of another athlete. I beg your pardon, and the husband remains in custody and still denies that murder.
Police say Mutua's body was found in a state of decomposition in the Rift Valley town of Iten. Local police chief Tom McCory has said Mutua's boyfriend was training at the same high-altitude center as her and may have left the country, police say. Our East African correspondent Abdul Aden joins us now for this conversation. Many thanks for joining us once again, Abdul. Okay, just bring us up to speed with the latest development in this story. I think this is the second scenario in less than a year in Kenya.
A very warm welcome and good morning to you too, Johansson, and all of there. Indeed, this incident that has happened, the discovery of the body that is in the last weekend has actually sent shockwaves across the athletics fraternity in the country. And the killing of the young athlete itself has reminded Kenyans of the pain of losing Agnes Tirop several months ago. And it is an incident actually that the police themselves have asked themselves, are asking several questions on the safety of the athletes themselves.
Well, is there any update, by the way, from the police if there are further investigations that is looking outside of Mutua's boyfriend? Could there be that other people are equally involved as well?
As at now, Mr. Makori, who is one of the area police bosses, has actually hasn't stated any update because the Ethiopian athlete, who hasn't been named for reasons not known, fled the country after alerting his friend over the action he had taken that alerted the police, where the decomposing body was discovered in the house they had rented in the high altitude training camp in Iten. So. This is indeed a puzzle that isn't yet solved.
All right, Abdul, can we have a comparison between this current situation and that of the late Olympics runner, that's Agnes Tirop? Are there any similarities in the scenarios?
Well, the similarity is that Agnes's killing was immediately discovered, but now the death of Damaris Mude, even though both are deaths of very young athletes, young female athletes who in the young age, and even though Mude was representing Bahrain, both of them have really been stars in their own ways. But the pain in Mude's situation is that it is her decomposing body that was discovered. This is an athlete who has been training in the area now. The decomposing bodies discovering and being done in a manner that is so inhumane is what is actually leaving many unanswered questions of the motive of the Ethiopian athlete. Even though Agnes Tirop's husband was arrested as he was trying to fly and escape the dragnet, but he's still in custody. But now for the Ethiopian athlete, even though the Ethiopian Athletics Federation have sent their condolences to Mude's family and the Kenyan Athletics fraternity, the killer Ethiopian athlete hasn't yet been arrested. But we expect and hope the Ethiopian authorities will intervene in the coming days, since they're already in contact with their Kenyan counterparts.
All right, so while you're following this case as well, what should we expect in the coming days? Because a lot of people are already talking that they hope that this case will not be swept under the carpet. Looking at the issue of Agnes Tirop, who, by the way, has Agnes Tirop's husband finally agreed to the murder? Let me go with that first.
Well, the case is still ongoing, and so far, even though we do not want to engage in any contempt of court, but the husband is still in custody, and police say they have very tight case against him, and many are expecting that eventually Agnes Tirop's tears, the tears of Agnes Tirop's families, will be wiped away by the delivery of justice on the senseless killing of their daughter.
All right.
All right. All right, Abdinol. I mean, just before we let you go, looking at the scenarios that have happened within the last 1 year, it's quite unfortunate. What is the government of Kenya doing to ensure that we do not hear frequent incidences of situations like this? It is quite discouraging and disheartening.
First of all, I've been there myself during the 2016 Rio Athletics, the preparation of the Kenyan team. I've seen the camp. Actually, it is a place where the Kenyan officials, especially the security officials, believe that since those foreigners are in the country legally, those Kenyan athletes are adults themselves, they're training themselves, they are friends, they support each other. Some of them even share agents, they share coaches. So there hasn't been much concentration or suspicion over the safety of these athletes themselves. But previously, after the killing of Agnes Tiro, the security situation was really improved, and we didn't have such cases, even though in the last few months, we've actually had police competitions, prisons competitions, the Kenya military, the athletics, they were doing their competitions. But now, the question that has actually that will turn many eyes towards what really goes on in Iten behind the athletics is indeed how a decomposing body will be discovered. Where were the security officials? Why was nobody paying attention on the safety and the whereabouts of the athletes? In fact, the funny and painful thing is that it's not about a stinking smell or something directed people towards Mude's body, but it's actually a friend of the athletes who has escaped, who actually alerted the security officials because he had received information himself from his Ethiopian friend. So actually, from now onwards, we expect, since the country is still preparing for many local and international competitions, it won't be business as usual. And the Kenyan security officials and the athletics officials have declared the same.
That's another one there. Well, thank you so much, Abdinol Aden, our East African correspondent, for bringing us up to speed with this sad, very, very, very sad story that's taking place there in Kenya. Thank you.